guys, it's Gail with Yale Southern Living. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making King Ranch chicken. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and spray it down with some cooking spray. Extra virgin olive oil cooking spray. And I have a 8x12 baking dish. And I'm going to start with 2 chicken thighs that I shredded. And start with that. Now if you have a big family, you might want to do more than that. But this is just for 2 people, so this is plenty. Okay, so I got 2 pieces of chicken, but 4 if you have a bigger family. Some cream of chicken soup. Okay, some cream of mushroom soup as well. Okay, and 1 can of Rotel, but this is like the generic Walmart brand. That just happens to be what I had on hand. Okay. Sizzle, sizzle. Onion and bell pepper. I am caramelizing it in some olive oil because I don't like crunchy onions or bell peppers. Just a personal preference. 1 onion and 1 bell pepper diced, and I caramelized it, but you don't have to. But I don't like my onions and bell pepper crunchy, so that's why I did it that way. Okay. All right, so I'm going to add in half a cup of cheese, but I'm going to check at the end and I might end up throwing in some more, but this is how much I'm going to do for now. 1 dozen corn tortilla chips, 1 dozen corn tortillas cut into little pieces, like little squares, like this, small pieces. Okay, so I've already done that. Saving a little time. All right, now, then I'm going to do 1 cup of the chicken broth that I cooked the chicken in. You could use your ugly chicken, for you guys who can, instead of these chicken thighs. You could also use canned chicken, but of course I use chicken thighs. Ugly chicken, canned chicken, or some dark meat chicken. Now, if you do the canned chicken, you're going to want to put a can of chicken broth to get that chicken flavor. But I'm just going to pour in the juice from that I boiled the chicken in, and that's going to give it some nice juice. All right, and I'm going to give it a nice little stir, make sure everything's nice and incorporated. And I am going to cook this at 325 for approximately 40 minutes. And I might add a little bit more cheese on top, of course. Of course. But this is really good. It has a little spice, but not too much. Of course, if you like spice, you can add more spice or less spice. You probably could do 2 cream of mushroom or 2 chicken. I don't think that would change it that much. Or you could leave out the onion or the bell pepper and just do one or the other. And I think if you didn't have the Rotel, you could probably do diced tomatoes and green chilies. So that gives you a few more options. Any kind of cheese that you want. Just want to make sure I have the bell pepper and onion all throughout this dish. And I am going to bring you back and show you what this looks like after it's cooked. I hope you'll try this recipe out. And of course, I will have the recipe in the description box of this video. Okay, here's the recipe for King Ranch chicken. Chicken shredded. You could do 2 pieces or 4 pieces, at least 1 piece per person that's eating. Okay, 1 cup of chicken broth, 1 onion diced and caramelized, 1 bell pepper diced and caramelized, 1 cup of cheese, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, 1 can of rotel, and 1 dozen corn tortillas chopped into 1-inch squares. Bake this at 325 for approximately 40 minutes. Doesn't this look delicious? Needs a little stir. Looks like it's almost done. Here it is, guys, out of the oven. Doesn't it look good? I bet this is going to be delicious. It smells so good. I'm going to see if I can talk my hubby into doing a little review and tell us what he thinks. But King Ranch chicken. Nice southern dish, right? Looks good to me. Yum, yum. Here's a little fall garden update. I have 3 zucchini. I think these other ones might be zinnias. I'll decide later if I'm going to let them keep going or not. A little bit of amaranth. I'll probably pull most of that up. Butternut squash. Something else is coming up. I'm not sure what that is. Some of it could be lettuce, so I'm going to let it go a little bit longer to see if it's lettuce. But 3 butternut squash. And over there with the zucchini, I actually threw a little bit of lettuce in there as well. Have a few zinnias. As you can see, I started composting. And some more zinnias down here. A few other things. Might need to pull a few weeds out of here. And then next to it, the baby pool had zinnias. And I went ahead and took some of the zinnias off, threw them back in here, and started a second batch of zinnias. So I have a little bit of pollination for my plants that are left. Okay, in this little section I have some kale in the bucket, some psyllium. Hyacinth is kind of dying off and I need to pick a few of the beans that have the seeds. And in this one I just planted some marigolds. I don't know if they'll have enough time to come to the full, but I had about 50 million marigold seeds, so I thought I'd just give it a try. So just a little bit of stuff going. I just have 3 little sections of garden left that we're going to call my fall garden. And I think in Texas it's so hot that I'll have plenty of time to get it going. But next year I'm going to dedicate this area as Curly Sue Cove. Might even put up a little plaque or something. So we'll have it looking nice and pretty next year. But all the little decorations from the yard are kind of all in this one little section since everything else is kind of dead. Have a great day. Be blessed. Do something kind, guys.